Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's almost the end of the year. I'm just not ready for the year to be over because it felt like it's gone by in like a blink of an eye, and I know next year will be like that as well. For today's video, I'm going through all my anticipated reads for 2024. There are some new releases that I'm very looking forward to for next year, and then there are books that I have copies of that I haven't read yet but I am wanting to read the next year, and they are just very high on the TBR. Like, they're my most anticipated reads that I want to read. I have written my anticipated reads down in my book journal because I knew that I was going to forget a lot of them. We're going to go through first all the new releases that are going to be coming out next year, and then we can go through the books that I have sitting on the floor here. The first book that is being released next year is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is the second book in the trilogy that she has. I don't remember what it's actually called, but her first book is Powerless, that released this year, and it was so good. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. I loved the whole entire book. I loved Kai, I loved Peyton, I loved the side characters, I loved the story, I just loved it all, and so I'm so excited to go into the second book. It's sad though, it's not being released in May anymore like it said in the back of the first book. It's actually being released in, I think, June, which is only like the month after, so that's not bad. That means I have to wait like another month for the book, and that's just sad for me, but I'm excited for that one. The next one is the reappearance of Rachel Price. This is another murder mystery YA thriller book by Holly Jackson, and I have obviously read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Not all of it, but I've read the first two, and then I read 5 to 5. I love her writing so much and her characters, and I don't know how she comes up with this stuff. Like, I honestly don't get how people who write thrillers, who are good at writing thrillers, come up with these ideas just randomly and then create this whole plot twist that we're not able to see. And I'm just like, I don't remember when this is being released. I didn't write down the dates that they're being released. I really should have, but it'll be on the screen. I was really hoping, and I think a lot of us who have read the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series were hoping for like maybe like a little mini novella of the events after As Good as Dead. I haven't read the book, but I know what happens because people love to spoil things. The last release that I have on here, I've only got 3 on here because those are the only ones that I've been interested in when they're going to be released. There will be other books that I will have on my TBR once they are released and that I'm going to want to read, but as of right now there's only 3. The last one that is being released next year is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. She wrote the Chestnut Springs series, and I have only read 100 pages of the first book, which is flawless, but I still want to add it to my TBR because the cover hasn't been released, but like the tropes in the book, like him falling first and all that, and it's like, I need that, okay? I need it. So that is on my anticipated TBR. I need to read it, okay? That is all for those ones. We're gonna go through physical ones. How fun is this? Go through all the physical books that I want to read and that I haven't read. The first 2 physical books that I want to read. The third one hasn't been, there's 4 releases. I'm only including though these first 2 books because the third one hasn't been released and I haven't read them yet, and I want to get to them because they've been on my mind probably the whole entire year. But that is Crescent City series. I'm just gonna hold up the hardcovers. I do have the paperbacks as well. Do not ask why. They're the same covers, but the spines are different. I don't remember. Hang on, it's in this book. House of Flame and Shadow, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I am pretty sure. I do like the cover of that one. I love the cover of all of these. They look really nice, except for the new AI generated ones. We don't support that. I do want to get them done next month maybe. I highly doubt it because these are thick books, and if you guys know, I am a slow reader, so we will see what happens, but I don't want to jinx it. So far this month has been a pretty good reading month. So yes, I am very excited to pick up this series. I just need to finish the last book of the Throne of Glass series. I don't know if I'm going to really read ACOTAR. I don't know. The first book it was good, but I just don't know if I'm going to be very interested in the rest. Woo! we'll see. I'll give it a go. You know, I've got all the books, so I might as well give them a go. Next book for my anticipated reads is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This just released recently and I haven't picked it up, and I don't think we're gonna pick it up by the end of this year, so it is being put on my anticipated read / 2024 TBR. So far I've heard really great reviews about this book. I haven't heard anything negative, so we will see what happens. And also, this book is floppy. Who knew that Australia had floppy books? I didn't. This is the Lakefront Billionaires. I know she has another book that's coming out in the series. I don't know how many books are going to be in it, but there is some little cameos of other characters from her other books, and she did do that for her Dreamland Billionaire series. There was a cameo from the Dirty Air series. I love this cover. It makes me want to read it. I have a lot of series, so most of these will be series. I'm not much of a standalone girly. Next series that I want to read is the Chestnut Spring series. As you can tell, I'm so lucky it stayed like that. Anyways, Chestnut Spring series. I did start this book and got 100 pages in and then I got bored. But it's probably not the right time to read it, so I did just put it down for now. But I am going to continue it next year because I just want to read some cowboy romance. And I haven't really read a cowboy romance unless you include the Eden series, because they do own a ranch and they ride horses in the books. I don't think they're all cowboy romances, because this one is not, but a bull rider. I will get back into reading this series and book. Once I finish this one, then I'll buy the rest and all that, but we'll see what happens. The next series that I want to read, I'm getting a bit more into my dystopian and wanting to read the books from my favorite movies in that, and that is the Maze Runner series. We have the Maze Runner, Scorch Trials, and Death Cure. We also have Kill Order, that is a prequel. Yes, a prequel to the series. So it's a book that you should read before because it's about another maze. But I not read the books of the Maze Runner series, which is probably a bit sad. I was a Hunger Games girly back in the day. I do have the books and I've been wanting to reread them. I just can't get myself to reread them. I tried to reread them, I just couldn't. And going back to the Maze Runner, I do want to read those books very badly. I want to know everything that wasn't put into the movies. Why buy the first book when you can buy them all? I have yet to pick up these books, and I just didn't put it on my TBR for this month because I was a bit like, I don't know, probably not gonna read it. But we have the Percy Jackson series. This one is the Olympians one. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Obviously this is the one that you start off with, and I love these covers. I love the spines in the covers. Like, they look so cool. This might come as a shock, I don't know, but I never read the Percy Jackson series ever. I do have the first book, but it has like the movie tie-in. I just never picked up the book. I do want to get into the whole Percy Jackson world. I have written down the order that I need to read all the books. I'm excited. I cannot wait to read this series and see all the hype and how unhinged Percy Jackson actually is, and I can't wait to watch the series. Another book that I don't have, I'm pretty sure this one is just a duology, but I'm only gonna put the first book on my anticipated TBR for now, and that is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, I think it is. This one is, I'm pretty sure it's like a different kind of fantasy that I usually read. I know there's a world and there's a mist and you have to collect tarot cards or something. That's all I know, but I have heard really good things about the book. I do want to explore a bit more different fantasies because I'm more into like the high fantasies, sometimes political fantasies, just depending. Next series that I want to read is the Prison Healer series. I do have the first book in my hands and I realize how like bent up it is. I have heard stuff about this book and just also not a lot, so it would be good to go into it before it's like extremely popular or something. I've heard mixed reviews about this book, but all of them say that the plot twist at the end is really good and makes you want to read the second book and all that, so I am excited. It was also reviewed by SJM. This book is another dystopian that I want to read, and have heard amazing things about, and that is Red Rising. I was surprised when I found this book at Dimmicks because I didn't think we had it. I don't think I even searched for it until I was like, oh my god, wait, we have this series here? Okay. Ooh, Ender, Katniss, and now Darrow. Oh, who's Ender? I've been wanting to read a bit more dystopian, and so I feel like this would be really good to read. I don't really know the order of the books, but I think a new book from the series was released this year, I'm pretty sure. Cannot wait. I want to go into this book blind because I don't remember anything that anyone has said about this book, so I feel like it'd be really good just to go in with having no expectations and just not knowing much about the book at all. This is gonna be part of the anticipated reads, but let's be honest, these books are like, I don't ever be able to read tiny words. But I want to read A Song of Ice and Fire plus Fire and Blood. Can you guys recognize this? Yes, it's Game of Thrones. Last Christmas, the books that I have over there, they are so small. I'm actually gonna grab one. I'll grab the first book. This is something that you would see at a bloody airport. Oh, it is the size of my hand. Compare the size. It is tiny and the writing is so small. I feel like it would be one book a month just to read these because of how small. I'd have to break the spine of these books because they only open to here. Honestly, I'm not afraid to crack my spines anymore, I'm not gonna lie. They do have pictures in these books. I think I'm just mainly excited to read these books because of dragons. Ah! It's a dragon! Like, look at that. It's so, like, I love it. I might have to scrap all the books that I have on my anticipated reads and just read this series. There are 7 books and 12 months, so that will take me the whole entire year. I do want to read the books and then go back and watch Game of Thrones to see like the difference, what was added in, what was not. I'm pretty sure I'm going to start with this book first and then go on with this series. If anyone has read the books, let me know what order to read them in. I think this is dystopian as well. I'm really getting into my fantasy and dystopian next year. It's amazing. Next series that I want to read is the System Divine series. Haven't heard of this? Yeah, I didn't hear about this until I went on a little trip for Christmas last year. I haven't heard anyone ever mention or talk about these books, but I want to give these books a go and be able to form my own opinion on them and hopefully get some people into this series as well. So you have Sky Without Stars, Between Burning Worlds, and then Suns Will Rise. Another book that I don't have is Ready Player One, another dystopian, I know. Did watch the movie of this one and loved it. I love the concept of it, and honestly I could see this happening in the future. We are not done yet, unfortunately, but this is the last fantasy book that I have on my TBR. I wanted to make this a goal of mine to put this as a book that I want to read for next year, but we have The Priory of the Orange Tree. I just realized a lot of these books are like chunky books. I just want to see if I'll love this book like other people have, because every time someone picks up this book and reads it, they have loved it. It is about dragons as well, as you can tell on the cover. Or is that a wyvern? It's on my TBR. I want to read it. And then you have A Day of Fallen Night, which came out this year. Yeah, I bought that one as well. Don't ask why, because I haven't even read this one. Last 3 books are all romance books. I don't have a lot of romance books. Quite a few of these, they have romance in them, but it's not straight up romance stuff. Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I want to read this whole series. I know there's another one. I think Ashford Parker Doesn't Fall. That's in the back of this one. And then there's another one that I don't remember the name of, but I know that I've seen it at like Big W and that. But I feel like this would be so cute and fun to read, and I just need to read a bit more romance as like palette cleansers every time I read a fantasy book. The last 2 are part of a series. These are only the second and the third book. I've just heard bad things about the first one and I don't want to read it, but maybe I will in the future. We'll see. But we have The Right Move and Caught Up. I have heard amazing things about these 2 books. Mile High, not so much. I've just heard that the MMC isn't great towards the FMC, and just the way that he thinks about her and treats her. I want to know. I haven't read it, and I do love the covers. I love the spines together. It looks really nice, so I might actually have to buy my highlight just to have it together. This is about an NBA player, and I think this one's a baseball player. I think I just love the color scheme of these covers, mainly this one. Like, I love the clouds in it. That is it for all the books that I have on my anticipated TBR for 2024. I hope you guys did enjoy seeing all the books that I want to read. Let me know your thoughts on any of the books, if you liked them, anything I should be cautious about for any of the books or something. I feel like I'll probably only get through not even half of these books. Again, I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification bells so you know every time that I upload, and I'll see you guys in my next video.